But I was like, wow, how many times I would just randomly fight guys like that and like got so lucky that, you know, I didn't go to jail. They didn't have a gun.
Get
Somebody
shot.
didn't have a knife.
Yeah, get shot or
Anything could
stabbed.
happen. And eventually that will happen. Guns will get pulled and knives will get pulled. And it gets crazier as I get older. But the one that really changed my life. So I'm not going to say any names, but everyone knows that knows. You know, so it's funny. My wife that I'm with now, I'm married with my wife. We've been together since I was in the 7th grade, essentially. So I was like 12 years old when I met her.
Wow.
So I was about 12 years old. I'm 27 now. We dated in the middle school. We broke up for 1 year in high school. And she started dating this boxer dude who was a couple years older than me. And we didn't, you know, talk for that year. And then we started talking again. My freshman year in high school, her sophomore year. But this dude, he wouldn't let her go. He was a really good boxer. But I was so scared of this guy. So I was like, I don't know what to do here. I really want this girl. So it's a build-up for at least a year. This is my rival, basically. It's a build-up for like a year. Everywhere I go with her, he's somehow there. He knew it.
Grappler versus striker.
Grappler versus striker. My first lick.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, he's harassing me. You know, we like for example, I'm at a Sonic one time and I'm hanging out, you know, with her, and he comes out of nowhere. I'm drinking a drink, and the dude hits the cup, and it just spills on me. And I look up and I'm like, what the and it's him, and I don't say a word to him. I punked out. I couldn't get confidence. I punked out. He scared me. I was like, fuck, I'm getting scared right now. Just thinking about Lil Harris. I was scared.
I get it.
Yeah, I was scared. And he did it to me multiple times. He would just show up to places I'd be with her, and he'd call me names. I'd be like, bro, please leave me alone. You know, I'd punk out. And then one time, I just finally built confidence. We're at a McDonald's after a football game, and I'm with her and her friend. So 2 girls. And he pulls up with 4 of his guy friends. And this is a night that'll forever change my life. And he pulls up with 4 of his guy friends. And same old, they're in a convertible. They're yelling dumb shit to me in the McDonald's driveway, or we're in the parking lot. And, you know, I'm ignoring them. And then something clicked. I was like, dude, how long ago did this happen? Like, you have to take care of this. And it clicked right there. And I said to him, I'll fight you. I'll fight you today. I'm like losing my voice because it's such a sentimental time. Or it's not sentimental. It's like almost a profound moment in my life. Really changed my life. And I say, we can't fight right here. We're at McDonald's. There's cops driving by everywhere. It's a busy street in Grand Island. I said, why don't we go behind the Hobby Lobby? Shut up. It's shut down. You know, it's a dark parking lot. So it's like a 5-10 minute drive. And so I get in the car with these 2 girls. And I tell them, turn on some Lil Wayne. So they turn on some Lil Wayne.
Pumped.
Yeah, so I got to get pumped up. So they turn on some Lil Wayne. And we're driving there. And I call a couple of my buddies. And they're hopefully going to make it there on time. But this guy had already called. They're planned for so many people to come. So by the time we show up, there's like 50 people there. So I'm like, oh my God. So I was nervous as crap. So we park, we pull up, and I can already see him in the middle. My heart's racing like a million miles an hour right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's exhilarating for me. So he's in the middle. I can see it. I just jump out of my girl's car, and I just start running. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going. And I just break through the crowd. I get into the middle of a circle, and I realize he's shirtless, but he's already got his fist clenched. So I start taking off my shirt, and as I'm doing that, everyone's like, he's trying to punch you. And I don't realize, and he just decks me, dude, with my shirt on my face. Yeah, fucking dirty.
It's a street fight.
And he's a good boxer. And it would come to find out he had lighters in his hands.
Oh, God.
That's why his fists were already clenched. So I get the shirt off, and I'm dazed right away. I'm seeing stars everywhere. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm about to get knocked out cold. Shit out of you. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. And my instincts kicked in, life or death. And he swings again, and I go for the double leg, but he had wrestled in his life. So he sprawled a little. So I did a duck under because I could feel him sprawling as I shot. And I did this, it was just instinct. I did a perfect duck under. I got behind him in a suplex position. And then I stepped over and I suplexed him on the concrete. Ooh. And he landed on top of his head. No. Yeah, hard. And instantly split him wide open. Damn. across up here. Of course, there's blood everywhere. But he turns around, he gets on his back, and he keeps swinging. Yeah. So I get on top, I mount him, I keep swinging too. I just keep beating the crap out of him. I hit him so many times with my hands that my hands start gushing blood. And when they start gushing blood, I start elbowing him.
Oh, God.
So when my elbows start gushing blood, because I missed a couple times at the concrete, I get up and I start kicking him. And he gets up like he wants to fight even more.
Oh, wow.
After all this. And he is just, I'm talking head to toe, dripping blood like he is about to lose consciousness from the blood loss. And I'm also covered in blood, like head to toe. Shoes, socks, everything. It was brutal when I did this kid. And, of course, he goes straight to the hospital. Dude, I don't even think he had his shoes on when they took him to the hospital. Wow. Right away, cops get called, the whole 9 yards. They accused me of using brass knuckles because I beat him up so badly, but it was my elbows. It wasn't brass knuckles. And he gets, I don't know what all happened to him. He's in the hospital for a long time. I get state troopers and investigators. They're at my house. Yeah. They want to talk about everything, what happened. Told them it was a street fight, explained the story. They basically told me it's going to depend on what happens to him now. And I come home and I walk into that. And my mom, when she first saw me, because I had so much blood on me, she thought I murdered someone.
Oh, God.
So she actually hysterically started crying.
Oh, no.
Because I had so much blood on me. And it wasn't, you could tell it wasn't mine because I was clean. And so she started hysterically crying. So it was a crazy night. And, man, it changed my life in so many ways because that kid got messed up pretty bad. I mean, I'm sure to this day he's still messed up. But I couldn't, like the school he went to, I couldn't go. I'm banned from that property for the rest of my life. And my girl goes to that school. So I wasn't able to attend prom, all these other things with her. And then my school got wind of it, the big school got wind of this fight, and they basically put me on this one strike rule. They said, we know that this didn't happen at school, but what you did is insanity. Basically said, the next thing you do wrong, you're done. And I took that with a grain of salt. I just kept fucking around. So I got suspended like 3 or 4 times. They didn't do anything. Right? So I'm thinking I'm good. I'm Scotch. Well, shit, it would be my senior year, a year or two later. And that's not even what ultimately, it's definitely what I would say got me expelled, but it's not the event per se. So senior year, I'm like a stud at wrestling, right? Finally, everything clicked in. I realized how good I was. I realized how to wrestle. I realized it was all mental. It just all clicked as an athlete. It was my year. And so I'm 36-0 as a senior in high school. I'm a stud wrestler. I got Division I, Division II scholarships all over the nation. Everyone wants me to wrestle for the college. I'm ranked nationally as a high schooler. And we go to this trip in Minnesota, and stupid as shit, bro. It's crazy. I'm just a huge Wiz Khalifa fan. And growing up, I was a big one, obviously. Mm-hmm. I've been a Wiz Khalifa fan since, Black and Yellow. No, before that, I'm sorry. Black and Yellow was when I was in high school. Rolling Papers 2. That was when I started, bumping the Wiz Khalifa. And one of the things that I always liked, man, he always smoked that weed. And I always smoked weed. So in Nebraska, we actually have a lot of weed. People don't realize, well, they do know this because we live so close to Colorado. So there's just so much weed in Nebraska. You can get good stuff. And so growing up, I think the wrestling team I was on was one of the best wrestling teams in the country. Grand Island, Nebraska Wrestling. We won state championships 5 years in a row. There was even a book written about us. And we were just one of the top wrestling high schools in the whole nation. One time we were top 10 in the nation. And so I got blessed to be on one of the best wrestling programs ever, high school-wise. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for me and made me really good at wrestling. Senior year, 36-0, we go on this trip in Minnesota. Everything's going good. Life's good. Should be finishing out the year state champ. And I make this dumbass decision, let's bring weed to the trip. Because at the time, I'm smoking every day. I started smoking at 14. And right at this point, I'm 17, senior year. I've been smoking every day since. And getting away with it. So I'm really confident with it. I'm good with it. I'm good at hiding the smell, everything. So we bring it up to Minnesota. We bring up a couple blunts. We roll them in the hotel room. And the first blunt, we're smart. We go outside. We walk around Minnesota, and we smoke it. people don't know this. Minnesota is like -20 all year round, and we were there.
Cold.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cold.
And we were there in November.
Oh man.
So second blunt, we're like, yeah, we're smoking this one in the hotel room. So I'm like, I got an idea. Wiz talks about it in the song. He puts the wet towel under the door. He keeps the blunt outside, and you're good. I know it. I was like, Wiz, bro, it's Wiz. He smokes. I'm like convincing everyone. And being the guy I am, I'm popular. I'm the oldest dude.
They all listen.
And we do it. And we smoke the weed, and then an hour later, I'll never forget it. I remember like yesterday, we're watching a wrestling match, and it's the guy's wrestling. It was Jaden Cox watching it on my buddy's phone, and we hear a knock at the door. It's like 2 a.m. We're like, what the fuck? No way. It's been like 3 hours since we smoked. Why would there be a knock? We're like, shh. Another knock. This one's loud as shit. Then we hear, Rochester PD, open the fucking door. We're breaking in.
Oh,
and
no.
we're like, oh, fuck, turn the lights off. So we turn the lights off. And everybody jumps in their bed and pretends they're asleep. Mind the fact there's probably still blunt smoke in the room. One thing we did that was smart is we flushed all the evidence down the toilet because we got paranoid and we're kind of like, well, we ain't got no weed, might as well just get rid of everything. So we flushed everything down the toilet just before the cops came. So they come in, they literally bust through the door like they said because we faked like we were sleeping. And they come in, they wake us all up. They laugh that we're trying to act like we're sleeping. They literally laugh. They take all our shit. They dump it in the middle of the room. They find nothing. They leave pissed off. And next thing you know, our coaches come in. They say, hey, and they take each one of us out of the room one at a time. But
oh, no.
No one comes back.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's like the Hunger Games. I'm like, what the fuck? So I start talking with the last guy. I'm like, they're testing us. They're drug testing us. I go, we got to start chugging water right now. He goes, no, we're going to wrestle tomorrow. We got to make weight. I go, you were out of your fucking mind, bro. We just got caught smoking weed. We got to chug water. We're about to get drug tested. So he didn't do it. I did it. I go to the sink in the bathroom. I start chugging water, dude. And I probably drank a gallon or two within 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah. Real shit.
Oh, man.
And instantly I just start pissing. I mean, within 20 minutes, I'm pissing like crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And he gets taken out by the grace of God next. And then I'm fourth. What do you know? They take me in this room. They got a cup. They got piss in this cup. We want to know who was smoking in the room. And I go, cool, it wasn't me. It was those guys. But it was all my idea. I was like, dope. And I took the cup confidently and pissed in the cup. And I gave them basically a cup of water back. And they were like, what the fuck? And they tested because everybody else was dark yellow because they were cutting weight, but me.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How is it white? And guess what? All 4 tests came back. 3 of them positive, 1 negative.
Yours is negative.
All I see is gold. So then they put us in a short bus and a coach in there, and they drive us straight back to Nebraska. And we get back, and same thing, 1 meeting at a time with our parents for each of us, and I'm the last meeting. 2 cops in there, the administrators, my dad and me, and they basically tell my dad, who understands no English, that they're going to expel me. They know I cheated the drug test because I was the only one with clear piss, and I told them, you don't know that, and we argued back and forth. A 17-year-old kid and cops, and so it was bad because it really got him mad.
Because they didn't know, really.
They didn't know.